Hello everyone and welcome to His Author's Voice. I am the author Jack Sanger. What follows is an extract from the first chapter of a novelette, sci-fi novelette, with the name The Simultaneous Six. It involves 6 children spread across the world who are drawn together by being expert chess players onto a site where they form a group so that they can play each other. One day, similar events occur to each one of them, strange and unfathomable. The Sim 6 extract from Chapter 1. Benoit retired to his room and automatically switched on his computer. He had 5 games of chess in progress with opponents, all of whom came from other countries. They called themselves the Simultaneous Six, or for short, the Sim 6, because they played each other in parallel every day. Each one used different tactics according to his or her personality. What Benoit liked about this chess website was that he could write notes and messages between moves, or use the video link and chat. In some ways, his fellow players seemed closer friends than the boys and girls in the nearby village or in the town school. They had the same ideas, likes and dislikes. They were all thinkers, believing in trying to make the world a better place. They were as anxious as he was about global warming and the destruction of the environment. They were also all almost the same age, 11 years and 3 months old. Only 2 weeks covered all their birthdays, which were due this very month. He looked on the site's message board to check if anyone had moved a piece. Some were from countries whose time zones were ahead of him, and some from behind. He liked to look down the list and work out whether they were asleep, awake, having breakfast, lunch or dinner, or what they might be doing between moves. They all spoke French at a very high level, except for Akane, who was a little behind, and so understood each other very well. From east to west they were as follows. There was Akane from Kyoto in Japan. Now she would have already eaten her evening meal. She sometimes beat him with a new gambit because her mind seemed to work along weird lines. Next was Javika from Goa in India. He could beat her if the game was not prolonged too much, but if she stayed with him, she nearly always won. There was Mehdi, a boy from Tunis in Tunisia who spoke perfect French and was a strong defensive player. He had more draws than everyone else put together. But since the Sim 6 played at the highest level of chess for their age, and one day hoped to become Grand Masters, this was quite an achievement. Next was Regan from Ireland, who was the best in their little league. Sometimes he wondered why she stayed in the group, but decided she must like everyone and stories about their lives so much that she couldn't bear to leave. Anyway, everyone was improving, and games with her were now producing more draws and even an occasional victory. Finally, in Los Angeles, there was Cindy, who could be so brilliant she'd crush her opponent with a flourish, but equally she was sometimes blind to the obvious. She had more victories over Regan than anyone. Only Cindy, who was probably still in bed, had not yet responded to his last move in their games. She was 9 hours behind him. Meanwhile, Akane was 7 hours ahead, having eaten dinner. Jivika was 4 hours ahead and would be returning from summer school classes. Mehdi was probably playing on a computer in a cyber cafe. And finally Regan, only 1 hour behind him, would be writing computer programs, her real hobby. He clicked on Messages to see if anyone had left him anything new to read. This was how he now knew what they ate, what their family's customs were, what they did after school, what they wore. In short, he learned how different everyone was, yet also how much they thought the same things and felt the same way as he did. Anyway, there was something new, and Akane, Jivika and Mehdi were in the middle of a conversation about it. His eyes followed the text down the screen. Akane: "A funny thing happened in the park today. I saw it happen, and it was on the news too." Jivika: "Sounds interesting." Akane: "In 1 sec, frogs disappeared, even flies and some beetles, you name it." Jivika: "No, not possible." Akane: "It happened." Jivika: "No, it happened to me too." Akane: "What, you mad girl?" Jivika: "Mad like you, ha ha ha. Tell." Jivika: "Sacred cow pooped on street, then cow and poo not there. People scared." Akane: "You see it?" Jivika: "I see it disappear like magic. Real scary bones I was." Mehdi: "Can I say something to you too?" Jivika: "Oh, hello, Mehdi." Akane: "Oh, hi, Mehdi." Mehdi: "It happened to me too." Akane: "What?" Jivika: "No way, Poss." Mehdi: "I swear on the holy book, I am on the roof. We have chickens in the yard. Something worries them. I watch as they disappear into nothing. Not one feather left. Dad is angry. He thinks our neighbour is stealing. I don't tell him in case he thinks I'm a crazy boy and sold them." Benoit could not hold back. He interrupted them. "Put video on conference call," he typed quickly. As he opened up his own video, he alerted Regan and Cindy with an urgent wake-up alarm. The screen divided into 3 windows with a face in each one, plus a smaller one in the corner with his own features staring at him. "Ooh," he thought, "don't I look excited?" "Benoit!" all 3 shouted at the same time. "You'll never guess!" Mehdi started to scream, the others opening their mouths to yell too. He lifted his hand up. "Wait!" he shouted at the top of his voice. "I've read your messaging, and the same thing happened to me." There was a stunned silence. They looked from one to another's surprised face. "I was fishing up in the hills. A bird, a butterfly, and some little fish just vanished right in front of my nose." "No!" they cried out as one. The screen divided into 4, and there was Regan looking much calmer than them. "Hello, Sim6, she nodded. "We have a real mystery to solve here. You see," she went on, rubbing her chin like a professor, "you are not the only witnesses to strange events." She paused dramatically. "You as well?" asked Benoit. "Me too. And I would bet my dad's supercomputer against 50 cents that Cindy, when she wakes up, will have experienced or will experience the same kind of event." "Why? What did you see?" asked Akane. "I was walking through a wood, minding my own business, when a fox and her cubs ran past me into a kind of clearing in front of me. In the middle of it, they just disappeared," said Benoit. "Exactly. I didn't know whether to test it for myself, but I guessed that my parents and you, my beloved comrades, would be upset if I vanished into another dimension, never to return with tales to tell. I just stood there. 2 birds followed the foxes into oblivion, and I have no idea how many insects." "Whoa," said Mady. "This is serious." "It's interesting," said Regan, unruffled. "You know why?" "Why?" everyone chorused. "We are the only ones who know. We are the only ones to have seen it happen and now know that it's a pattern. Okay, Akani's frogs were on the television and Javika's cow and its poo disappeared in front of a few passers-by, but Mady was the only one to see the hens disappear. Benoit was alone by the river, and me the same with the foxes. Only we know that all these disappearances might be connected." "Whoa," said Mady. "This is even more serious." Their screens reformed into 5 windows, plus Benoit's own little picture as Cindy joined them, her hair sticking out like a blonde bush and her eyes blinking away sleep. "Hey, you guys, you're all there. That's so good, because I have a really freaky story to tell you. Are you ready?" So there we are, The Sims 6, a novelette in science fiction for all ages, from 10 years old to 100 years old. I hope you enjoyed the extract and are wondering what is happening across the world to 6 children in all these different locations. The mysterious disappearance of creatures as they are observing them. Well, you can find the answer, of course, and the full novelette if you go to my site, www.jacksanger.com. And you can download it for free or you can make a donation. It's up to you. Please subscribe to the site and please tell your friends. That's all for now. Look forward to next time. Bye-bye.